Hello, Dr. Richmond.
Hi.
MPTX 602. What is this course about?
MPTX 602 is a biomedical ethics course. It's taught in a slightly different way than your typical bioethics courses that are held at universities, because we use a slant that tends to be more related to medical products and to the regulated industry. Nonetheless, in that course we talk about the basics of bioethics, but we also talk about some of the temptations that people have in the bioethical world, about some of the hard questions that we have to deal with when we're dealing with, an evolved healthcare system with problems that we didn't even anticipate we'd ever have maybe 100 years ago. So how do we deal with patients who are in a vegetative state? How do we deal with patients who are compromised by the fact that they can't have children, so they're using in vitro fertilization? So there are questions like that. Of course, at the same time, there are legal issues that we deal with, issues of fraud and counterfeit products and conflict of interest that plague our healthcare system to some extent and have to be managed appropriately. So we try to help our students understand how to navigate through a system that involves clinical challenges and informed consent, industry challenges such as dealing in other countries with corruption, as well as research challenges, dealing with data that might be even fraudulent, but certainly oftentimes incomplete or challenged by personal relationships, mentorship, the way that that supervisors and students work together, the way that colleagues work together in a research environment, the way that healthcare workers work with industry to manage conflict.
Sounds like important subject matter. Who would take this course?
Typically, we recommend this course to all of our regulatory science, quality, clinical students. It's certainly part of our clinical trial certificate as well. It is a course that often attracts students from other parts of the campus, students who are working in the hospital system, students who are taking, say, a PhD program and actually need to do bioethics as a requirement of NIH funding. So the course varies in the kinds of people it attracts. In some years we get more people from the research side, in other years we get more from the industry side.
It sounds like an eclectic group. How is that approached in teaching the course?
So like some of our other courses, we teach it on weekends. We often have a full day of lectures on a weekend or maybe on a Friday. In between those lectures, we will have streamed materials that students can view. We have virtual offices where we can talk with students online. So some of our students in these courses are distance students, and those students then would work with us virtually. And like many of our courses, we have a very active distance group. This program also tends to recruit doctoral students because it's part of their program in regulatory science. So sometimes we have students anywhere from, individuals right out of undergraduate studies to people who've been working for 20, 30 years. And so it makes for a very interesting combination of views.
That is interesting. Is there anything else you'd like to say about 602?
I think that 602 is a course that we have fun in. We like it a lot because we try not to make it sticky sweet. We try to look at those issues that really are going to be challenging for the people that we're teaching when they go back into their work or their research environment. So I think in that sense we see the real problems, and people get an opportunity to discuss some of the things that they may be seeing around them but may not have the strength of will or the ability at that point to confront individuals. So we try to help them with tools to try to deal with situations that may be difficult for them.
Very good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.